I bet every one of you, my dudes, cried or at least felt a bit heavy in the heart as you saw Eddie the Freak die in the finale of Stranger Things 4. Eddie was lovable, funny, pure at heart and a lot more. The Duffer Brothers, who are the creator of the show, beautifully crafted the character arc of Eddie. Though it was hinted that Eddie would sacrifice himself at the end throughout the season, Eddie's death hit very hard. Here in this video, we will be decoding Eddie's life. We will do this with almost every character from Stranger Things Season 4, and so make sure you come back time to time on this channel or just simple subscribe and press the bell icon. Let's decode. 5. Eddie had a rough childhood. In this scene, when Steve asks Eddie when did he learn to basically steal a car, Eddie replies that when other children's dads used to teach them how to fish or play ball, his dad taught him how to hot wires, and how he did not want it to end up like his father. This easily indicates that his childhood would have been rough, and that's why he dived deep into the imaginary world of Dungeons and Dragons. 4. Not a superhero. We have seen this a number of times across Volume 1 and Volume 2 that Eddie is not someone who steps in to be a hero. In fact, he himself said this to Steve when they were in the Upside Down in Episode 7, that he is nothing in the real world as compared to D&D. Even when Steve was sucked into the Watergate, Eddie was the only one who hesitated to dive in the water to save Steve. Eddie dived at the last after Nancy and Robin dived. He even said this to Steve, that he dived because both Nancy and Robin dived to save him. 3. Not a scholar. Eddie by all means was not very good at studies. He was a metalhead who played in a band, was the head of the Hellfire Club, who had a bunch of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons, and obviously he sold drugs. 2. The turning point. Before I go ahead with this point, I want to point this amazing piece of writing from the writers here. Before Eddie took Chrissy into his trailer, we saw Eddie and Chrissy in the woods together trying to make a deal for drugs. This scene had so much chemistry between those two. Here is where we fell in love with Eddie. Just after this we get the scene where Chrissy is killed by Vecna, and poor Eddie just stood there in disbelief and ran away. This entire piece made us feel for Eddie's character. A guy out of nowhere comes across this epic tragedy in just a few moments. This was again made strong when Eddie himself says that he felt guilty to ran away and that he is no hero in the real world. Coming back to the point, the turning point for Eddie's character came right here, when Chrissy died in front of him. His entire life flipped upside down. Just in a matter of hours he went from a goofy lovable guy to be labeled as a murderer, head of the cult, etc. 1. The sacrifice. Throughout the season we saw the bond between Eddie and Dustin. Dustin was the only one at the start who believed Eddie was innocent. He was the one who convinced the entire gang to look for him. The fact that Eddie called himself not a hero, and all that stuff made his sacrifice even painful. Man, he was going to get graduated this year. Eddie sacrificed himself not only to save Dustin, but he even saved the Demobats from entering Hawkins from the gate present inside Eddie's trailer. My dude gave up his life to save a town who called him a murderer. That's it for today. If you like what I do, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.